Hi besties, welcome back to my channel. Can you believe it? It's February. It is February already. So here is a little January wrap up of what I read, what I recommend, all that fun stuff. Let's get into it. I read 12 books this month. That's a lot for me because I am a mom. My time is very limited on what I can read, but I was just pushing through this month. I was just reading when I could. So up first that I read this month is The Co-op by Tarah Dewitt. I'll add it to the screen here. I gave it 2.5 stars. It took me forever to finish this. I started at the end of December and it took me until like the middle of the first week of September to finish. And I do not recommend, sadly, the two main characters I felt like were very immature. And I was just so over the immaturity. Like I was like, okay, come on, let's grow up. Situation, and it was just so slow. So I gave it 2.5 stars. Next I had Metal Slinger by Rachel Schneider. I gave this one 4 stars. It is a fantasy. I believe it was third person POV. Actually, don't quote me on that. Don't quote me on that. But I just know I really enjoyed it, and I actually cannot wait for the second book to come out. So 4 stars. Go read it, besties, and it's on Kindle Unlimited. That you can quote me on. And then I have Nocticadia by Keri. I gave this one 4 stars. When I was reading it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is definitely gonna be a 5 star. It was the story of it was so interesting. The plot of it was so interesting and it had me so hooked. But I feel like until once the FMC and the MMC finally like hooked up, I feel like the plot went out the window. And that's where my rating went down to 4. At the end, it wrapped up and we got the questions that we needed answers to answered. So that was good. But it could have been 5 stars if it was like a little bit shorter and we didn't lose the plot once our FMC and our MMC hooked up and got together. Next, we have Heartless Hunter by Kristen Cicerelli. 5 stars. 5 stars, besties. I went into it like not completely enthralled by it. I wasn't super interested in it because it was third POV and I have a problem with third POV. But next thing I know, I didn't notice it was third POV. So that's when I knew I liked it. And then she got me at the end. I did not see it coming. I was sobbing my eyes out. I hopped on TikTok and was like, everybody, you need to read this. Read it now. That's on Kindle Unlimited as well. And so is Nocticadia. He's just helping himself up here. Oh, I forgot I had the book of Nocticadia, Heartless Hunter. Because I bought it because I loved it so much. So here's the cover of it. I have the dreaded sticker on here, but it's a very beautiful cover. Really, really like it. And then up next, I reread Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez because I was waiting for Onyx Storm to come out, so I didn't want to get super attached to characters yet because I wanted to save that for Onyx Storm. And of course, this was a 5-star read. It was a reread. And this time when I reread it, I annotated some things, and of course I cried. And of course I cried. And then, of course, I reread Iron Flame, 5 stars. No words are needed for this. Of course, after Iron Flame, got the highly anticipated read of Onyx Storm. But if you watch my reading vlog of Onyx Storm, if you haven't, I'm waiting. Go watch it. If you haven't read it, oh, by the way, it's no spoilers in that. I was so disappointed. I gave it 3 stars, but obviously I'm going to recommend you read the Fourth Wing Empyrean series. I love these characters. I truly do. Riddick in this book, he was the saving grace for me in this book. He was so funny. and amazing. Highly recommend. But I gave this 3 stars. I do eventually, in probably like 3 to 4 months, I want to give it a rest, but I do want to reread it, have a little notepad, have a picture of the map, so maybe I can get a better understanding of what's going on in that book. And I'm in a book club. So we read Lights Out. I didn't read it, I listened to it on audiobook. Come for me all you want. But yes, I listen to audiobooks. And yes, I count it as me reading it because I comprehend it the same. I gave that one 3 stars. It just not my scene. Not my scene, but I wanted to be able to talk with the girlies in the book club about it. So it is a dark romance. So if you like dark romances, then read it. But if you're not in the mood for a dark romance, don't read it. Then, what's another word for then? Up next. There we go. Up next, I have Done and Dusted by Lyla Sage. I gave that one 4 stars. Did I? Hold on. Yeah, 4 stars. 4 stars. That one was so cute. It's such a fun listen because I listened to that on audiobook as well. The 2 characters were amazing. There was no third act breakup, which I thoroughly enjoyed when there's no third act breakup. I do. They just have to have a bigger, uncomfortable conversation. And that's what those 2 main characters did. And I loved it. I ate it up. It's small town. It's cowboy. What else can you. What more? What more? And if you like Elsie Silver, then you'll definitely like Done and Dusted. Then, this is also a new release. This is Beg, Borrow, or Steal by Sarah Adams. A lot of her romances are closed door romance, but this was definitely on the more spicier end of hers. But it was still closed door. If that makes any sense. The banter between these 2 characters was amazing. Once again, I had back to back of no third act breakup. And I was loving it, loving it. Just making adults have adult conversation gets me every time. Gets me every time. And also, I don't know what it is that I eat it up every time. I'm trying to find maybe a page. Maybe I won't. When there's text messages and emails going back and forth from the MMC and the FMC, I eat it up every time. They're always so unintentionally funny or intentionally funny. Eat it up every time. My last book of the month I am currently reading, and I'm also filming that for a reading vlog. So go watch my reading vlog as well. Is The Crash by Freida McFadden. So far, it's very, very predictable. So I'm sitting at about a 3-star. Unless her plot twist is twisting, then it'll probably be a 4-star. But it's super easy to read. That's the one thing about Freida McFadden. Her writing is so easy to read, so easy to comprehend that it's chef's kiss. It went the way that I was hoping it wasn't going to go. We got a whole situation where she gets hurt and a couple comes and saves her, and she's stuck in their cabin. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I don't know what it is because I feel like it's just so typical of a whole, oh, a good Samaritan's coming to help me and now I'm stuck in their cabin. It's very typical, at least for me. For me, this is all my opinions, so do what you will with that. But I'm hoping the plot twist is gonna be twisting to where I'm like jaw on the floor. So you'll definitely see my reaction to that, to what I read in a week, that I'm gonna post either before or after this, maybe before, because I'm filming this on the 31st. So I'll post this maybe on the 1st. But those are all my books I read in January. So the only books I do not recommend is one, and that's The Co-op by Tarah Dewitt. So that's it, besties. Until next time, please like and subscribe. Love you.